about duPont. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
This morning on The Dish, a chef to the stars of the football gridiron. Jamaican immigrant Darian Bryan has come a long way from his island roots. While it was there that his passion for food and cooking was born, it was here in the States that it grew and developed. The 29-year-old Bryan is now a personal chef for a slew of NFL players and other pro athletes. And they're not the only ones craving what this young chef is serving up.
Here we go. What's your eyebrows?
Chef Darian Bryan's personality is as much a part of his meals as the food itself.
I always tell people, when you book me, you just don't get the food, you get the entire package.
Right.
The swag, you know what I mean? You get it all.
Isn't she lovely?
It's a swag Bryan was born with.
Isn't she wonderful?
The only boy in a family of 6 kids raised by his mom in Jamaica. He learned to cook by her side, eventually taking over her cook shop, a takeout place, at age 15 when she moved to the United States. 5 years later, Bryan followed, settling in Buffalo, New York with one of his sisters. How does a guy from Jamaica end up in Buffalo?
So my story is I have an option to choose either California or Buffalo. I want to experience some snow, I always see it on TV. I want to actually feel it, touch it, and build a snowman. So after the first 2 years in Buffalo, I'm like, you can take the snow back, man. Right. It was rough.
Snapper, steam, Jamaican style.
As was Bryan's transition to American life, most notably American food.
Coming here, I didn't know what a bacon was, nor pancake, or anything like that.
Your first job was at Denny's, right?
Yep, flipping pancakes.
So you learned very quickly what a pancake was.
Yeah, I learned very quickly what a pancake was.
At the same time, Bryan had enrolled in culinary school at Erie Community College, where he encountered similar hurdles.
We call avocado pear in Jamaica. And people that get me that avocado, I'm like, what's avocado? Is this in front of you? I'm like, I don't see avocado.
No, that's a pear.
That's a pear. They're like, no, that's avocado. This is so much for me to learn.
Did it make you more determined?
Oh, yeah. I just didn't want to be the average guy, I have all these ideas written down already, what I want to do. When I'm at my own place one day, so I need to know all of these stuff. So I got to go through the process, step by step.
So he got a bachelor's degree in hospitality management to go with his culinary arts degree, then worked his way up in the Buffalo area restaurant scene. But it was a chance encounter with then Buffalo Bills cornerback Vontae Davis that propelled Bryan even further.
This restaurant I was working at, we walk in, I was like surprised to see, you don't really see black folks in the area, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I was talking to him.
This wasn't you as a Bills fan saying, here's a Bills player.
No, I didn't know who he was, so I want to know who he was, we were just talking. And I saw him the next day. He said, everything was amazing, man. Who's in charge? I'm like, I'm in charge. And he's like, I want to be my chef. And that was it. I was his personal chef.
The first of about 15 pro athletes that Bryan has become a personal chef for, including current Bills star Stefon Diggs. And while he's expanding their culinary palates, he's also taking a page out of their playbook.
My model is redefining a chef. I want to take them from the back of the house, bring them to the front. We're just as important as the athletes, We take raw ingredients and create something magical.
You want people to see who created the magic.
Yeah, I want to see the excitement on your face when they're eating that steak or whatever it is.
Which is why he launched the Plating Society brand. Wearing his signature fedoras, Bryan cooks for both his personal clients and catering business. And for the past 2 years, he's been front and center at pop-up restaurants.
When I first came here, I saw Hibachi cooking. I'm like, man, this is awesome. I would love to do something like this. So I keep on telling my wife, Jessica, and she said, hey, there's pop-up shops where you can do pop-up restaurants. Today's the day, man. Pop-up restaurant. So what we do is we partner with small businesses. I got my big, giant friend here, rent and get their space, set up tables and chairs, fine dining style, and I cook for like 50 people on 2 small burners, 2 little burners, 8-course menu.
As for his food, when we sat down to talk, it was with some signature dishes to taste.
That tomahawk steak, oh my gosh.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's like an entire cow, right? The thing is huge.
That colossal tomahawk steak and lobster tail.
hand-seared scallops with bourbon bacon jam, rice and beans, and a creme brulee cheesecake.
And my buffalo soldier.
Of course. Your adopted home, really.
Yeah.
No matter the dish, Bryan says the essence of the food is love, something he learned not in culinary school, but cooking alongside his mom.
What does she think of what you've created now?
Sometimes she cries. She's like, I know you want to do great things. All I ever want to do is just make her proud because I know the struggle she's been through, man. It's like, I just want to make my mom proud. Sometimes it's tough. Like, man, I got to keep going, though, because my mom not living the life I want her to live. I get so emotional talking about it sometimes because it's like, it's hard, man. So I'm trying to set the foundation for me and my family, especially my mom. I want her to live the life that she deserved because she been through it, like, with all of us.
Bryan's latest project, working on a brick-and-mortar location for the Plating Society, which he hopes to open later this year, a space where he can be front and center for private clients, small groups, and then bring that swag, which is exactly what he has.
Thank you for your service to Bill's Mafia.
There it is. Love
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Great. How about that, though? The tomahawk steak and scallops.
Delicious.
With a bourbon bacon